Hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren. It's the 4th
Oh,
of, 4th of December, 4th of January.
yeah. I've forgotten what
Really
Christmas
is.
is. I've forgotten what Christmas is now.
Yeah, we're just in like this no man's land. Kind of a weird time. At this time of year is always when I don't make resolutions, but I kind of start thinking they're almost resolutions. I'm going to do this year. My artistic goals, and
Go on then.
well,
Go on.
I never fulfill any of them. It's usually just more like I'm going to be more creative and less of just copying stuff from the internet. I'm going to come up with my own ideas and paint.
Are you copying something from the internet right now, Darren? Because I am.
Yep, I am. Yep. I'm allowed to for this.
Well, as we said yesterday, a lot of what I'm drawing now is the toys I wish I'd had, not the toys I had.
Yeah. I think anyone watching can tell what you knows the toy, knows
Well,
that stuff. Yeah.
I'm doing something from the list the other day, which I mean, I haven't really got any anecdotes to accompany this drawing or anything really, but somebody, sorry, I can't remember who, but somebody suggested this, and you said to them that you could imagine me drawing it.
Yeah. It feels like something that you'd enjoy drawing.
And well, let me see if I can what I can remember of it. I certainly haven't Googled anything, so this is all based on my memory of a kid. But it seemed like one of those things. There seemed like certain toys which seemed like really did seem like the future.
Yeah.
And this seemed incredibly futuristic.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether it delivered on the promise. And I think the idea was that is called Big Tracks.
Yep.
Or Big Trak, actually. And it was
Trak, wasn't it?
Trak, yeah. And it was well, it wasn't remote controlled, was it? It was a motorized car or vehicle, even. But it's interesting in that it hasn't really got a place for figures to sit or anything. But back here, where I'm drawing here, it has a like a control panel or like the ZX81, like a membrane that you could press down.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, you could program a series of things for it to do, like go forward a bit, go back a bit.
Yep.
Turn around, and you set in this program, and then you press go, and it would do these things.
Yeah, that's right. So you could tell it to go over there, go to the other side of the room, where your dad is going to put a bar of chocolate on the back for you, and he's going to bring it back over. Yeah. But obviously, in the time it took to program it, you could have just asked your dad to throw it over, or just got up and gone and got it yourself.
Did you have it?
No. I don't even know if Friend had it. It's a toy that you saw so much in catalogues. Oh, there's a Proustian thing, catalogues. You saw this toy so much that it's still kind of part of your childhood memories. And it may be that I didn't know a single person who had it, but you see it and you go, oh, Big Trak, and you will almost say, oh, they were great, before realizing you had no experience.
One. Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of research on a Big Trak now for us. Okay.
It did feel very futuristic, though, that having that vehicle that you could program. That is very exciting, even though it basically turned out it was just a series of instructions to go forward, go left. And you assume there'd be units, go forward to two spaces, whatever spaces would be in the world.
Well, this is interesting. It seems like it's a toy that exists now. So in fact, I'm even wondering whether because I just immediately typed it in, I might even be, this is interesting. You could get if you wanted more than a little bit of chocolate, you could get a thing on the back.
That's right.
Yeah. But it looks like you can buy one on eBay for 40 quid.
Not bad.
That's the thing as well, isn't it? That we're really, as grown adults now, within reason, we can have everything we want.
Yeah. I can imagine Big Trak. Big Trak now would be, I could drive Becky mad with it. She'd ask me, can you just get this for me? I'd be like, hang on, yeah, I'll get it. I just got to program Big Trak. I send Big Trak into the kitchen for it.
I might buy
and I'd even have to follow.
I might buy you Big Trak for Christmas next year.
You might buy me Big Trak.
Because I think
it'd be that thing where I'd have to follow Big Trak into the kitchen to put Becky's brew on the back of it and then program it to deliver it to her in the living room.
I think next Christmas is long enough away that you'd forget we had this conversation.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Darren, you know what I've just realised?
What have you just realised?
These videos we're making, this is our annual Christmas content now, isn't it? We don't need to record any more Christmas videos. We can just plug these every year.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, the thing I'm the thing I'm slightly disappointed, because I felt very proud of myself on day 2 when I painted a girl's toy.
Yeah.
And I've singularly failed since to do that again.
So I'm not drawing a toy.
Okay.
I wonder if you recognise that image. You may not.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Well, can I tell you what I think you're doing?
Yeah.
I think you're doing, I was going to say, I think you're doing a record cover, but I am. Are you? Okay. I think you're doing a Pink Floyd record cover.
I am. Yeah.
Is it a live Pink Floyd album?
It is. It's Pink Floyd's Delicate Sound of Thunder.
And so this is a memorable Christmas present, is it?
Yeah, I drew this because it kind of goes back to what I was saying about that where in your childhood do you stop playing with things? What does it get replaced with? And I think for me, that play aspect got replaced by music.
Right. Yeah.
It's still a creative outlet, but now the creativity becomes more structured. And so this was a Christmas present. It would have been 1989, so I was 16. Wow, and I'd left school that year. And it just struck me. I put it on Christmas Day this year whilst I was cooking and waiting for Mum and Dad to come round.
Which album is
it? It's a Delicate Sound of Thunder.
And is that a live album?
It is a live one, yeah. It's from the tour they did where they had that big projected disc behind them on stage.
But it's post Waters, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This is very much it was part of the Pink Floyd comeback post Waters. And I loved it. I was a big fan of Dave Gilmour's guitar playing. Still am, I suppose. So I put it on Christmas Day, and it really did. It's interesting how this album that is not a Christmas album felt really Christmassy. Because it reminded me of that day when I got it. And it came in it's in a really good Gatefold Sleeve.
Oh, they don't skimp, do they? The Floyd.
No. But yeah, it just strikes me. I realised that this kind of symbolised that movement from childhood to adulthood. Because it's one of the kind of few Christmas presents I can remember getting that isn't a toy, but it's still, it's at a strange age where you're not really, you're coming out of childhood, but not quite.
One of the first bands I got into were sort of new romantic bands. I was into Duran Duran. Then I was really the Thompson Twins.
Right.
But the first sort of not pop band I got into was The Damned.
Right.
After they did I really liked it when they did Eloise and Grimly Fiendish and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of poppy goth stuff.
Yeah.
Which I always think Grimly Fiendish sounded a bit like Madness.
Right.
And I liked him when I had a Saturday job. And I remember his name. Unlikely he would listen, but if he would, I would say thank you to Tim Ashton, who worked on my Saturday job and said, "Oh, you like The Damned, do you?" And he came in the next week with 3 C90 cassettes. You really remember these people, don't you? And what they do for you.
Yeah.
3 C90 cassettes with 6 Damned albums on. And at the end of each one, he'd managed to fit on a few EPs and B-sides and stuff. Like you'd fill the tape up with an extra song if you could find it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, Tim Ashton. You opened a whole world to me.
Yeah.
And so then for Christmas, I was, going to ask for some Damned records I didn't have. And one year, so I would have been sort of, a young adult, I suppose. Maybe I'd be sort of 17 or something. And I said to Mum and Dad, I want this new record that's come out, Damned, live at the Lyceum. Now, if anyone knows Damned live at the Lyceum, they may be able to see where this story is going.
Oh, I don't.
So they said, oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Dad. Oh, put it on. Yeah, go on, put it on.
I can guess that. I can guess that much without having heard it.
So I put on Damned live at the Lyceum. Damned live at the Lyceum starts off with Captain Sensible saying the words, "This one's for Lady Diana, who's a fucking slag." And now, obviously, I quite disapprove of such a thing.
Yeah.
I probably disapproved then, actually.
Did it stay on the turntable long?
Oh God, they just my parents are very English, very repressed, and just have that ability to ignore those things. I remember also, I just ignored it. They just pretended it didn't happen. I also remember a video party. Do you remember having a video parties?
What, where your friends come round?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got some from Blockbusters or whatever.
But also you would, or Mr. Video, it would be in Pilgrim's Hat in Brentwood. But also you would use it as an excuse to maybe, get your mum and dad to hire you a double A film. Or maybe an X film.
Rambo.
American Werewolf in London.
Whoa! Yes.
Yeah, what I had at a video party.
Boobs. You wanted boobs, basically, didn't you?
Yeah, but did my parents deal with it whilst we were all sitting there watching Jenny Agutter in the nip? Nah, they just pretended it wasn't happening. Does anyone want a sandwich?
Yes, exactly. I'll just go and make a brew.
Obviously, this thing of parents ignoring the subject matter of things came in very handy a few years later when they first heard the first Hefner albums.
Yeah, I've been there. When I had Pink Floyd on this Christmas, and Mum came round, and she said, "Oh, Pink Floyd, he's good, isn't he?" I know she means David Gilmour, but she insists on calling Pink Floyd him.
My mum has decided she likes George Ezra.
Oh dear.
Have you heard that shit?
I don't like George Ezra.
It's fucking shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is the worst music. It's really, really cynically made.
Yeah. And
I don't spend much time hating on music. It's not much point.
No.
You know? And I don't hate much music. But there's something about him and the music he writes where you just think, I know you know better.
Yeah. I'm not his voice, I'm not convinced that's his actual singing voice. It's just his singing voice for the George Ezra project.
And every single song is kind of lift up, raise up, you're gonna be what you're gonna be, push through, hold on, grab the person next to you, feel the things, say the things, do the good things all the time, do the good things, push through, live life, you only live once. Fucking hell.
I just and the style, it's like, well, when did indie bands start basing themselves on like our musical template is going to be Lead Belly and music from the cotton fields,
his little blues voice thing.
Yeah, and we got this.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I don't
get
really
banjos
like
in.
Oh well, are we still not living in a post-Mumford age?
We are very much so.
I think what it is isn't it that a little mandolin or acoustic guitar on these songs, even though they will have all sorts of modern accoutrements as well.
Yeah,
I think it's a shorthand for authenticity, isn't it?
It is, but so
I think the idea is
it's not authentic.
And it's just
they just seem to present themselves like they're missing the cotton fields. It's horrible.
Yeah, I hadn't actually thought of that. Actually, I must admit. Now you say it, I don't necessarily disagree. But that deep voice of his, I hadn't actually thought of it as a blues thing. But I suppose it is. Yeah,
I think it is. There's a few singers do that voice now, and I'm not buying it. I don't believe them.
I don't like spending too much time. It's bad saying negative things. Let's say some positive things.
Okay.
The new album by the Leaf Library is brilliant. Is a collection of all their EPs and songs so far, and is on Where It's At Records. The new album by Courtney Marie Andrews is one of my favourite of the year. Really beautiful country stuff. And it sounds like she's found a boyfriend, so it's not as doomy and gloomy as the last one. I would also recommend this reissue that I got for Christmas by Longleg, Made to Minx, a all-girl punk group in the late 90s, but of interest to regular Brentwood Tuxedo viewers and interest to Darren is the sleeve is by Jamie Hernandez.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
So they're an American punk band?
No, they're Scottish.
Right. Okay.
Kind of affiliated to the Yummy Fur and some of those bands. I mean, I suppose in a way they're on the same musical family tree as Franz Ferdinand, because Alex Kranoff plays keyboards on a couple of these songs.
Right, okay.
But I really liked them at the time, but also, as well as liking them, I've always wished I'd had that album on vinyl because of the beautiful Jamie Hernandez sleeve. So felt like I'm buying a nice bit of Jamie Hernandez as well as a band I like.
That's good. I don't have any musical recommendations for you.
Don't worry, I did it for both.
Last time I bought an album. And I tend to buy compilations when I do. Oh, I'll tell you what. My find of the year was Australian synth pop artist Donny Benet, who I enjoy very much. Song is very firmly in cheek, but he's on the right side of comedy acts, in that he's not a comedy act. But it's a delicate balancing act, one that he manages to pull off. So I'm a big fan of Donny Benet. But I still spend half of my time discovering music that was released 40, 50 years ago and I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Which is fine, it's still new to me.
I do that. And I know this stuff. I mean, I still haven't really done my David Bowie period, really.
Right.
You know, I haven't listened to him in the way that you're supposed to. Oh, dear me.
I've got some albums, don't have Ziggy Stardust. Never heard Ziggy Stardust.
A bit of an emergency. Just got to go and get some blotting paper.
Okay. That is a little bit wet, that. David Bowie.
Are you singing some George Ezra?
David Bowie.
Oh, I can do David Bowie. Hello, David Bowie.
There you go. Nailed it.
Popular conversation I like to have in pubs. Singers or celebrities you can do an impression of in pretty much one syllable or 1 second.
You know we've done this on Brentwood already, don't you?
Have we done it already?
Yeah.
Oh, dear me. I just like the game so much. Wow, I feel like I might have bodged this up here, but it's kind of, I quite like all this splodginess now. I mean,
it's looking quite damp, isn't it?
It's quite an action painting now, isn't it? Do you reckon I could make some of this stuff at the back here better if I just gave it whiz lines?
I bet it was never that fast. It did work. I bet it never moved at that speed.
The picture I'm working on has got whiz lines on it, so there's a bit of truth there.
Well, kind of finished mine.
I kind of finished mine. I'll be honest with you. I think I've really fucked mine up. But there you go. It will be reflected in the price when I put it on it. Oh, look.
And I'll be winners.
Yeah, hold on. I haven't quite finished. I've just seen something here. This bit's back. As if the one thing this needed was more black. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say finish now.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.